All right, grab your pen, grab your notebook. If you're planning on doing a pub crawl, I suggest you listen to this video of more don'ts than do's. Guys, my name is Chris. I'm the head game coordinator here at Cash Hunt. We've been doing premium scavenger hunts for the past 25 years. And what we're here to do is just kind of provide you some insight and awareness on how to properly do a pub crawl with some caution in the wind. Now, for those of you that are aware of a pub crawl, but for those of you that are not aware of a pub crawl, what is it precisely? Now, they're very popular during St. Patrick's Day and during the college season, especially in the spring when the kids are getting out. The key thing is it's kind of a scavenger hunt in itself. It is basically a series of pubs that the group of friends or colleagues or whatever would go and visit the first pub, have a couple of drinks, move over to the second, so on and so forth. Now, there's always a little bit of a theme sometimes when it comes to it. You'll see them wear t-shirts. In the back of their t-shirt will be the list of pubs, and each one they go to, they have a marker and they check it off. Fantastic. Is it fun? Yes, but in order to do it cautiously, it is key. The key thing is this. I'm going to mention to you, if you are hosting the pub crawl, if you've hosted one before or you are planning on hosting it for the first time, I suggest a waiver. It is really important because if you don't provide that, I don't care if they're family or friends, someone close to you, and it's kind of uncomfortable of doing that, I would suggest a waiver, just so, again, you don't get into any kind of hot water. Ultimately, you want it to be a successful event, but by doing it correctly, it is something that is important. I'm going to speak to you as somebody that used to work in the hospitality business as a bartender. And one of the golden rules during bartending school is that bartenders have, and I believe they still have it today, a red, yellow, and green light type of procedure, which means this. If you're a bartender and somebody comes to the bar and they're perfectly fine, that is a green light. You are free to serve them. If they are a yellow light, kind of feel a little bit tipsy, well, you can serve them, but you got to have your eye on them. But let's say now they are red light. Red light means they are really intoxicated. You cannot serve them. And the reason for that is because they're highly intoxicated. So that's where sometimes a manager might come into play. The key rule is when it comes to a pub crawl, or not even a pub crawl, if you happen to serve somebody that is intoxicated and they leave your pub or restaurant and something bad happens, they get hit by a car, God forbid, or something to that effect, you as the bartender are responsible, and possibly the restaurant or pub. So that's why bartenders tend not to serve intoxicated people. The scenario of that is there's too much of a risk. Now, in regards to a pub crawl, if you have a series of pubs, and by the fifth pub, because again, each location is a really short stay, then basically what's going to end up happening if they're at the fifth pub and they're intoxicated and the bartender foolishly serves that person and something, God forbid, happens and there is no waiver, not only will the bartender get in trouble, not only will the restaurant get in trouble, you as the host will get yourself in some major trouble. So if you're thinking about putting a pub crawl together, I want you really to think about it. People have asked us to put pub crawls together professionally. I will never do it. There's too much of a risk. Do they happen all the time? Yes. Are they organized correctly? I hope so. But if not, it is really essential that you produce a waiver. But you can also do it differently. Like have a drink and probably implement a game in there. Do a little bit of a scavenger hunt at each pub. Or, try this type of beer out and then kind of like a tasting, and then go to the next pub and then try that. That way you are not going to fall yourself in that type of predicament. You might, if depending on how many pubs you have, but make it a little bit more enjoyable. So guys, hopefully that helps out. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment below. Like, subscribe, enjoy. Create games, create them wisely, safely, enjoy them, make them memorable. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching the video. Let's play.